I have my oldest son as a freshman in college. So I've thought about this question. What is that important piece of advice for a graduating high school student heading off to college, or if it's not college, just to life on his own or her own? There's so many things we want to say, but one of the simplest, most important decisions that someone's going to make that first weekend when they're at college, that first Saturday, that first Sunday when they're off on their own apartment, is whether or not on that Sunday morning they're going to go to church. It sounds so simple, but it's so easy to miss that. There is no Lone Ranger Christianity. I remember John Stott, who was not given to overstatement, very proper, very British, very measured. I remember a line in one of his books that an unchurched Christian is a grotesque anomaly. To be a Christian is to be a part of the body of Christ. And the body of Christ is to be made visible. You just think of that image of the church as the body of Christ. You wouldn't, so Christ is the head. It would be a grotesque thing as a Christian to say, I don't need the body, I just have the head. Decorpulation, I do away with the body. If you just think you have you and Jesus, that's like saying, I just want a severed head with me in a bucket walking around. That's what you don't want the body, you just want the head? Or the church is a bride. You want to disrespect Jesus' bride? Or the church is a building. That's like saying, and Christ is the foundation. You're just going to have a basement and you're not going to build something upon it? Nobody drives around town and sees a foundation in the ground and thinks, that's ready. I'm going to go live there. No, they understand that foundation is to be built upon. And so the young person just stepping out on their own for the first time has to make that decision. What am I going to do when there's no one to make me get up and go to that church? And live streaming it isn't the same. That's not church. You may get teaching through that, but that's not embodied. That's not what God means for us to do. And so on that first occasion, when you have to make that decision, it's those little things. We so often focus, especially with young people, the big decisions of where you're going to go to school, where you're going to live, or who you're going to date, or who you're going to marry, what you're going to major in, that we miss. It's those little decisions. And sometimes it's that first opportunity you have to establish what maybe your parents made you do your whole life. And now when they can't make you do it, are you going to do it on your own, for yourself? Get up, drive somewhere, get a ride, figure it out, and show up in church with people who aren't, it's not just your campus group. They aren't all the same age. They don't sing all the songs that you like. They aren't doing all the same things you're doing. It's a little awkward, but you press through that and you get up and you go to church. That is absolutely indispensable for setting a young person or any person on a trajectory of lifelong faithfulness and obedience to Christ.